Hey, True Badger Token. Nice to see you guys. Today's Thursday. I think, Brendan, yesterday when I came on, I think I said it was Tuesday, and I didn't know it was Wednesday until literally my child had got off the bus because that's an early day that they get let out. Crazy.
Just a man-made construct. It's no big deal.
Right. It's just time. We've got all the time in the world, right?
I hope.
I mean, we do. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the call. Thank you so much for joining. Today, we have with us Brendan Duff, who is one of the founders on the nSights DeFi Traders. He's also one of he is our master trader. So, Brendan Duff and Doug Kyle do some amazing trainings on how to trade, which I think is one of the most exciting parts of our entire program of the platforms that we release is the free training that comes with it on how to read the candles and how to trade and how to find the barriers and all that good stuff. So thank you, Brendan, for all of that. We sure appreciate you. And
And Deb is the glue that holds us all together, so we don't
and
do too kooky stuff.
you keep saying that, but I'm fairly kooky, so that it's hard for me to believe.
Well, we couldn't pick somebody too strict, or else we couldn't have any fun.
Right. I do try to bring the fun. Absolutely. So, guys, overnight, they're still working on some of the things that we had them hyper focused on, and we're kind of where we were yesterday in that we're so close, but we need to see a couple of things really come through for us before we can take that next step forward. So Brendan's on today. Doug's out. So Brendan's on today, and we thought it might be a good day to just talk about, just have people ask some questions like, what do you want to know about nSights? What do you understand about it? What do you not understand about it? What can we focus on for you today?
And just to add to that, right? I mean, we may not, if we don't know the answers, they're probably good questions that we should take back and bring back to another AMA, right? So, whatever you have is great. If if you don't have stuff, that's great too. But we'd love to just actually give you some time where we're actually focused on your questions and what you guys want to know about nSights.
Yeah, today is about you guys, and we're going to keep it fairly short because we're just testing. We're trying to hit the platform as hard as we can over the next few days. So, we're going to try to keep that short, like I said. I'm trying to also pull up True Badger Token so that I can see your questions on live. Do you have it pulled up? There it is.
I have the YouTube. You're saying YouTube?
YouTube. What
Also,
did I
yeah.
say? Is that what I said? What did I
I'm not
say?
sure. Something. Um,
I
I think that's what you said, maybe, or meant.
I said it before I came on live. My head is so into Trust Wallet in trying to sign up for nSights with my Trust Wallet and both on Android and iPhone. And honestly, that's all that's floating around in my head right now. So I'm having trouble coming up with words because all I can think about is that testing that I'm doing right now. I want to see that clean and sharp today. So far, not quite there, but we're close. So we've got a Ola from South Africa. Hey, Andre, thanks for joining. Okay, Kathleen says, so when setting up trades, do we start with BNB? Yes. Yes, with nSights, we are working on, we are starting with the smart chain. So the Binance Smart Chain, that is the BNB token that we'll be purchasing with. And over time, and this is down the road, like no time soon, because we've got other things like auto trading that we're putting in the next phase, right? So, but over time, we do want to be cross-chain. So we'll be using the Polygon network and or Matic network, I guess it's called, and Ethereum. We'll be using those other ones too in the DeFi space. Remember, nSights is in the DeFi space, so it has to be peer-to-peer, right? Directly from your wallet. I will say though, for nSights, we have a mid wallet that we're setting up so that you don't have to keep your actual wallet connected to nSights. Instead, you'll move the BNB that you want to trade with into your mid wallet, and that mid wallet will be set up to automatically trade, or you can trade yourself from your mid wallet. That's just for the auto piece.
Yeah, and guys, and that's going to be another key point about that is the whole purpose for that is so that we can have a secure way for you to have sitting orders, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be an on-chain mid wallet that should be for those of you who are part of the Nexus ecosystem here, right? Um, it's going to be similar like to Safest, right? To your vault there, right? That kind of idea, right? To kind of keep your funds safe, right? Why? It's because otherwise on other applications, if you have to leave your wallet open, somebody compromises your machine, then they can take your funds, right?
Yeah.
So everything we're trying to do here, it's towards obviously safety and profitability. So
Yeah.
that's the goal with that. Somebody asked ETA for training. That's an easy one. Once we're live, right? Right now would not make a whole lot of. I mean, we're getting closer, very close, as Doug has shown. But if we change, I don't know. Let's say we move 3 buttons or turn to do something different, right? If we do training now, you're going to be confused, right? So
Yeah.
we'll start with our go live, and that doesn't mean things won't get moved after that, but at least you'll have a starting point. You'll have a point of reference. You'll be kind of up to speed. So as soon as we're live, there will be training right away. There will be live trainings. I'm sure.
The training that you'll be able to get to day one is the training on how to sign up for nSights, right? That's going to be there. The walkthrough, we'll have both the walkthrough of, pictures for people that just like the visual, and then we'll also have a video that shows exactly how to do that. So the reason I can say that is because I'm already close on that. So I know that that's something that we can knock out fairly quickly. Then we'll have simple walkthroughs on some of the simple tasks that you can do within nSights. But as Brendan is saying, the real thorough stuff that's just going to have to wait until right after we say we're going live. So, but that will come. Bassett Life wants to know if the mid wallet is going to be available for all subscription levels, and no, it won't be on the free version for sure, right?
You'll really only need it if you're going to do probably the advanced version where there's automated trades and sitting trades, right? Because that's where you would be exposed. If you're just going to make a right now trade, you can connect your wallet, make your trade, close your connection, and move on. And that'd be, that's just like connecting to, in concept to Pancake Swap from a security standpoint. So you're going to connect, make your trade, see it. You'll see it in nSights, but then you won't need to keep it money in the mid wallet for that.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's a good point.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Deb.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say it's a really good point. Your regular MetaMask wallet or Trust Wallet or Binance Wallet, again, we're testing those other outside of MetaMask. We are still testing those and getting those right. But you are to make a quick trade, you're just going to be able to just connect like you do when you go to Pancake Swap. You're just going to connect, you're going to make your trade, and then disconnect as Brendan said. I think there was something else I was going to say on that, because actually what I just did was repeat what you said, but I know I had an enhancement piece. I just lost the enhancement. So that's
and to be fair, guys, and we're aware of this, exactly what you're going to get. We'll let you know, right? So we're not going to go live without telling you exactly what you're going to get. And I mean, it's fair to ask that question. I understand we did say ask questions, but I honestly, the exact subscription or for that, or we'll know as we get closer. That's not even fully developed yet, so we know it won't be in phase 1, right? So it's a phase 2 feature, and we'll certainly let you know. And obviously we're looking at all ways we can to have the most value per subscription level as possible, right? We want you to get a lot out of this for sure.
And let me just walk you through. I know Doug shows his screen a lot on here, but let me just walk through in a kind of a different way. So it says here, paste your wallet address. If you're not planning on, connecting and doing a trade, the first thing you should do is just, paste your wallet address in. And what that does is it starts to show you your details. So if I click on total nSights, now understand that I've popped my wallet in here so enough time after you do it the first time, it'll remember some of your data. So I'm not having to wait for it to pull up my data right now. When I put a new wallet address in, it's going to ask me, do I want to auto map that or custom map that? You're going to click one of those buttons, and then it's going to take a little bit of time for it to scan everything in your wallet and pull this data up. But this is just, currently what I've got in this particular wallet that I just attached to it. I can see I can see my break even for most of the coins. You can see for Uniswap here, I've got some kind of issue going on. SafeMoon, I don't have anything in my wallet there, so that's probably why that's happening. Anyway, some things I need to check here, but and then you can see your stats, right? On the particular coin that you're on, I'm on NSI. I can see my stats, total tokens, reflection tokens. Now, they made a change overnight and pulled some data here that wasn't supposed to be here. So instead of my reflection token balance, I'm looking at my actual balance in USD. So that's not, these are little things that we're having to go back in and fix up there. So for my nSights, I can see my accumulated assets. This would be all of my buys. And then I can see my sold assets every time I've sold. I sold one time as a test. That was it in this wallet. So this is, some of the information that we're going to be able to see out here. Token information, liquidity info.
Right. And just like a comment on this, guys, right? All the information, and we are going to train on this too, right? And somebody asked, well, there will be videos, right? Of course, we do just like we do in Digibot for those who are familiar with that, right? There will be trainings, there will be all kinds of stuff, and we'll record them so you can get them, right? And the whole goal is to get you up to speed as fast as possible. But all the features, the whole point is to help you have at a glance view of what you need to know and think about and consider to make good choices for your for whatever your objectives are, right, for this. So
Sure.
if you're actually actively trading, which we will be doing with a number of coins, tokens, then you'll know, obviously you'll know that if you're looking to set some, like a lot of us in this ecosystem, setting some longer term goals, right? You have your dream target. We'll set our dream target based on what we're holding. And, we can wait that out. And once obviously the mid wallet's in place, we'll have the ability to have some sitting orders for when certain price points are hit. We can, take advantage of that. So everything's geared towards how do we give you the tools that you can actually use, right? Apply in real time to get to have your best opportunity to be profitable in this market, right? In addition to what we'll be training on coin vet, we'll be providing some coin vetting, and there will be different levels with that, and helping you have enough information to pick which coins you want to trade, right? And I know Doug was talking about this the other day. It's like a lot of it's volume, right? We want to trade coins that have a lot of volume. They're actively traded. There's a lot of liquidity, and we can get in them and we can get out of them. We can take profits on them. All those good things. And obviously our ecosystem is growing, but ours is a kind of a accumulate and hold, right? We're looking for as our ecosystem evolves, or not evolves, really matures is a better word, right? As it matures and we start growing our market caps, right? We'll be in that range too, right? So there's just so much, there's so many layers here. I would just suggest you come along for the ride and you plug in to the trainings that are there, right? Because they're all going to be geared towards how do I apply this right now to profit, right? That's the idea.
Right. Yeah. And so I showed you how to paste a wallet in, and you were in view only here. So I couldn't trade if I wanted to. So what I would do is remove my wallet from here. Now I'm going to click connect, and it brings up my choices. So then I would select my MetaMask here and next and confirm that. So now I'm connected. Now I can actually pull up the order. So I'm on nSights here, and it knows that I want to buy nSights. So instead, maybe I want to go to Venus token. I'll select this one. And now I can check out the chart for Venus token. You can see that it's 5.54% down for the day. And it's coming. Oh, it's study error. Okay, see, and this is that's funny. I pulled this one up because just last night I went out and bought a little Venus for myself, testing it out here. And so now it's not going to come up for me.
That broke it.
I broke it again. Again, I broke it.
And as I did mention,
here we go.
I mean, there it is. But they're working towards our next milestones, right? They're literally working around the clock here for us. So we're heading, each day will be a little bit more, but
yeah,
we gotta show trades. Yeah.
So now if I pull up my order, you can see that it knows that I'm buying Venus, and it tells me this is the contract address for the token that I'm buying. And if this button right here, depending on which coin I'm on, this is the contract that belongs. If I copy this, it's the contract address that belongs to the token that I'm on, which is nice. So I can come in here and I can set, if this was a token I was really interested in accumulating and trading, then I could, set my dream target and come in here and watch this one as well. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the difference between being actually connected to your wallet and not being connected to your wallet. Most of what you're going to be doing is simply, unless you're trading. Oh yeah, this is what it'll look like if you're logging on for the first time with your, oh, look what I did. I pasted somebody else's wallet address in there. Well, that's good. That's what it'll look like the first time you log in. If you paste your wallet in here, which has never been in the system, it asks you, do you want to do custom mapping or auto mapping? And then you'll be able to see it'll start searching for your stuff in here.
And Rusty, I think Rusty asked a question that we have to look at this one because I think this is one we we're just talking about. If I'm reading your question right, Rusty, it says, when is I be pulling past history from BSC scan to report accurately? So if you're talking about you bought something in the past and sold it before you ever linked up with the NSI platform, I know we're looking at that scenario. I don't know that have we fully solved that yet, Deb? Because basically there are going to be some opportunities to provide. You might have to provide some information on some of those, right? Some of the past ones, but we have to look at that, right? Because it's really looking at live trades, your current trade. So you have, let's say you have NSI and you have True Badger and you're holding X number of tokens. It's going to look at those, right? If you already sold them, I'm not completely sure if we're gonna include that or not. And I know we're talking about that. So Deb, do you have more insight on that?
Yeah, it'll show your if you connect your wallet where you've bought and sold, it's going to show your buy and it's going to show your sell, and you're going to be able to custom map those together if you've done that.
If he's already done it in the past, then he'll be able to see it and map it.
Yes, he should be able to see it and map it. Yes, it's a different situation than what we were talking about yesterday.
Gotcha. Yep. And you guys, this is a lot of this is so intricate, and it's gonna, I think we're, just to be fair, right? We'll learn some things, right? When people are coming in, when we add a bunch of wallets, we're going to see different scenarios, right? We try to test each use case that we know of and that we have, but we'll see other ones and we'll adapt, right? We'll adapt the best we can to handle those scenarios. But it's going to, that's awesome, right? So now you can factor it in. You bought and sold already, and you still bought more and you accumulated more. You're going to be able to factor that into your dream target and see it. So that's fantastic. And the mapping, guys, the mapping's huge for two things, right? Calculating your profitability. And for those who have tax reporting requirements, right? It gives you the ability to sort of choose there's a lot of methods you can use, right? In trading, and obviously you got to check with your accountant, and it's going to depend on your country, but the ability to map one sell to any previous buy is huge
Mhm.
from a tax reporting standpoint. It gives you full flexibility depending on where you live. So I
You
mean,
know, both of these
it doesn't sound real sexy, but once you realize what it does for you, it's pretty amazing actually.
Yeah, so both of these Gala coins, I bought them first on PooCoin because I couldn't get it. I was having trouble with that feature inside of nSights, so I bought them out there, and then I was able to map them so they're 100% mapped. This one I bought and sold, and this one I bought and then sold. So these would be previous to nSights, right? Brendan, because I didn't buy them in nSights. So this is something in my wallet that was previous to nSights that I was able to then come in and map a buy to a sell that I had done on PooCoin. So I think that's the question Rusty was asking. And that absolutely can happen
Yeah,
inside here.
which is fantastic, right, guys? That's amazing. I mean, I think I think it is. But
I think it is.
so what else we have to budget? Oh, so somebody somebody asked about. I think Rusty asked about pairs also. I'm not sure that really. I mean, if you're trading on,
Everything's paired against BNB here, right?
yeah, most things, right? I know some coins use BUSD, so but they're all all those things, right? You can shift pretty quickly within your wallet, right? So you can go from BNB to BUSD to nSights back to to another coin. You can go right to BNB. So yes, BNB is going to be the base because our first right in our first phase here, we're on the Binance Smart Chain. So yes, BNB is going to be pretty critical in this. But it doesn't mean we won't. There's the potential to add other DeFi exchanges and all kinds of stuff. So that's all subject to evolve for sure.
Absolutely.
And I saw another question. Whatever question we have here. All right. Oh, my screen's being funny. I was trying to look on.
ETA on when to register. We're gonna have dates as early as next week. We're gonna be able to tell you when we're gonna start. We had hoped that we'd be further along today after yesterday's up day. We had a couple of things that broke overnight, so we're just we'll have more information hopefully tomorrow, if not Monday, on ETAs for registration.
So yeah, join late. Okay, so and somebody asked the budget a starting point to plug in to the trading platform. How many BNB to take advantage of the trading? No, I mean, if you, I don't know how seasoned you are familiar with trading DeFi. I mean, we have people. I mean, you could trade $10 worth, right? I mean, you could trade really small amounts. You could trade really large amounts. The ability to trade won't be based on how much BNB you have. There is some, I think Pancake, right? Because we're going through Pancake. I think if you have like, I don't know what the amount is, like less than a dollar or two, it might not work, right? Because of the fees. But aside from that,
Yeah, and Doug and I, in fact, we keep putting little teeny tiny dollar transactions through, and but what we find when we do that is the see this is the profit and loss with the fee associated to it because this was just a teeny tiny little purchase. So when you're doing dollar trades or $2 trades, you're kind of feed out, right, with the little fees that are on there. So there is no minimum. I mean, there is no really. It's up to you, Sue, how much you want to trade. This is peer to peer, right? So it's straight from your wallet. So whatever it is that you wanted to trade on a particular, if you see a coin that's way down and you believe in that coin, you think it's going to go up and you want to put $10 in, you can put $10. If you want to put 500, you can but it's your, I guess it's your money in that trade, right? So it's whatever you want to put in, however much you want to buy of that particular coin. Completely up to you.
Somebody asked, okay, so Jeff asked, what what will the automatic trading in NSI look like? What token? Well, first of all, we're not there yet, right? That's going to be the next phase. So the exact what it will look like is not fully in place, but you'll be able to have sitting orders. That's some of it, right? That's the I would call that more order assist, right? Because you have limits sitting. Some of the automated trading, right? We're looking at potentially implementing several grid-like strategies, right? That will be available to people. So that's also what's kind of on the docket there to get done. So there's going to be a number of things, right? And that's who knows? There might be opportunities for us to systematically take advantage of launches, right? And I don't mean a bot like obviously we don't believe in what the bots do in trying to rip off stuff, but we're talking about in coordination with some of our partners, right? We might be able to at least make sure, for example, maybe we'll be able to take advantage of launches where you don't have to be there. So you can say, okay, this launch is going to be tomorrow in the middle of the night. Yeah. I would like to put in my order sitting now, something like that, right? So there's a number of possibilities, and we'll probably, once again, that will evolve over time as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff there.
Absolutely. I was just looking at Dot here.
Tim asked about whales. So yeah, I mean, Tim, the whales are showing, have been. We are just on the chart. That one, okay. I know they're fixing that one. I thought you meant is the whales is, we continue to refine that formula. Well, not really the formula, the granularity that we have to get, and obviously we customize it per token, right? Because a whale on one token might be, let's just pretend for example, right? A whale in NSI is going to look different than a whale in Bitcoin. I went to extremes on purpose there, right? So, but even across you have something with a $500 million market cap versus $100 million market cap. You're gonna have different whale size. So we have to customize that and tweak the whale formula to these different coin sizes and liquidity sources. So, but showing on the chart, as far as that goes, I'm not sure. Deb, do we know, is that fixed yet?
No, they're still working on the whales.
And right now, guys, that's coming, but seeing the COT and the whale stats is probably more valuable. I mean, we're gonna have it on the chart too, and it's neat. It's like a neat factor, right, to see it on the chart, but in reality, understanding how much, whether the whales are selling, buying, or how much is much more critical than seeing the exact spot on the chart they did it. Because our thing is time based anyway, right? You can look at the last day, 7 days, etc. when we're looking at our COT and whale stats. Yeah. But yes, they are going to fix that, so that's coming, and I'm sure Doug will be excited to show that when it's. I'm excited, guys. All questions. No, there is no pressure. I don't feel pressured by questions. I just want to be honest, right? In prioritizing, that's going to get done, but making sure the whale stats is accurate is more important, right? Because we want you to have the accurate info. It's a cool factor seeing it on a chart. I know Doug loves that too, right? So he'll be excited to show it as soon as it is, I'm sure.
Yeah. So. And we'll have cost for subscriptions. We'll have date to register. We'll have all of that information coming very, very soon. I thought the more tokens purchased, the higher fee charged. The more tokens purchased, the higher fees charged. Not sure I understand that, Perry, except that like on our basic model, we're going, when we have the grid system, which also is in the next phase, when we have the grid system, on the basic, you're going to be able to trade maybe 2 tokens, but on the pro version, it'll be unlimited for the grid system. That's what we're looking at there.
Yep, and we're still fine. I mean, that once again, before you sign up, you'll know exactly what's coming, what's available, and it'll be clear. It'll be clear once we're ready. And obviously all that stuff too can evolve too, right? We're always looking to see how much value we can give you, right? And still, pay the programmers, right? So, we got to find that balance there. And the whole goal is to deliver, obviously, a lot of value So that's a profitable thing for everybody who does it, who wants it to be, Um, so that's exciting.
Yeah, Tim. Let's see. His question is, if we let the system auto map, can we change the mapping after they've been auto mapped? I'm gonna let you know that I do believe by the time we go live, that auto choice is going to be gone. We're going to have everybody
That custom, I think that's right.
use the custom, because that's what it's this is what we built, right? We didn't build something to automatically do first in first out, right, which is what every system does. We built the system to give you the flexibility to decide how you want those trades mapped.
Yeah.
So that piece is going to go away. It'll be
Right, and also
custom.
you got to think about there, because we talked about this a bit. If we had it like you asked, auto map, and then you changed your mind, they basically, that's a little bit of a support thing, right? We got to get a developer to basically purge your records in the database specifically, and then you got to resync, and it's kind of resource intensive to do that. And I don't know if it's the best experience, right? To have to put in a request to do a remapping. And like Deb said, the custom gives you the ability. You want to do first in, first out, you can do it. You can do trade the trade that you think it makes sense to do. Total, I think the custom is really going to be the most valuable to people, right? First in, first out, you don't really need to, there is no mapping. You just print it out, you print something out in Excel and you go in order. That's basically what happens, right? For first in, first out. So you don't need additional tools to do that, but
Right, right. So Perry said, just wondering about gas fees, buying 100 tokens opposed to 100,000 tokens or whatever. So the gas fees on a contract are the exact same, no matter how many tokens you're trading. That's why when you're trading a tiny amount of tokens, it can feel like your gas fees are incredible, right? They're very high, but they're not. It's just it is better to trade more tokens. Your it helps in your profitability, I guess, right? Because if you're not bringing, the gas fee is the exact same, but the amount of tokens that you've profited on, right? Am I saying this right, Brendan? How am
yeah.
I?
And also, I think the gas fee fluctuates based on timing, number of trades going through, a bunch of algorithmic things from the exchange, right? We don't control that. But generally, yes, what Deb's saying. So at a given point in time, if you're going to buy $100 worth of a token or 1,000 at that point in time, the fee is going to be pretty much the same. So, yeah, obviously, if you're buying $10 worth, it chips into your profitability factor, your cost average a lot more than it does if you're trading, 500 or 1,000. But it's still relatively small in the nature of this market. The fact that you can even do such small trades is pretty amazing. But yeah, you have to, and we do factor that into your cost average calculation and your profitability calculation. So it's pretty cool from that standpoint, right? So, you saw Deb's trade there, right? If you take a trade and for $1 and it costs you $1 to take the trade, you're going to be underwater for a little bit. But it will show you, at least you'll know how much underwater you are. That's the cool part,
Right.
For that. But
Right.
and obviously, you'll get used to that. We'll train around that too a little bit. But other than that, that's do we have any other questions?
Rusty asked if we're looking at being able to connect to different tax software. We really haven't gone down that path, Rusty. So we will have the data necessary to
Right, the export, right? You should
yeah,
be able
we'll
to get
have
the
the
export at some
export.
point there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it possible? Yeah. Is it possible? It's possible we have some of our own features built in for that too. That's a possibility that we've kicked around. It has
Yeah.
to make sense in timing and development.
Absolutely. Did you answer Tim's question on the ethical hacker? Did
Oh
you?
no, I didn't. I
Okay.
didn't see that
So
question.
yeah, the ethical hacker is still working in the background, so we should know more about that. I'm thinking first part of next week. How they everything's going fine so far. So far so good. Looks like that's all the questions we have, Brendan.
All
And we
right,
went
man.
longer than we'd planned,
Yes, it did.
but
Whose
that's
idea was
good
it to
because
ask questions, Deb?
we got some great questions there. Got some great things to think about. Excellent. Well, Brendan, thank you so much for joining today. Appreciate you being on and
Thank you,
helping
Deb.
out.
And I thank you, our people, right? Our community here. That's the only reason we show up. If there's nobody, if there was nobody to talk to, we wouldn't be here, right?
We would just be in a regular meeting,
yeah,
right?
that's right. And we do that all the time. So it's better to have other people and other questions.
Absolutely.
So it's really great to see you guys and have you guys ask questions. So
Awesome.
until next time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brendan. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, same time, same place, and hopefully we'll have a lot more information for you. We're excited, you guys. Stay excited. It's coming. I promise.